All right, honey, we get ready to do the news. Then we'll get the second half of the day started. Dang, what's the name of Drew's song?
What's up, people? What's poppin'? You feel me? I'm here. We're back again. I've made it to another day, and I got stuff to talk to y'all about that I done seen going on in the world. In the world. And other things going on in the world. Last weekend on Tuesday, it was Zachary Day. My birthday passed. That was cool. You feel me? Shout out to everybody that showed me love. Shout out to my folks that was fucking with me. Shout out to the people that's been a part of the journey. And we in a new step and a new process. This part is about being consistent as some shit you know you should be doing. You feel me? Um, Hope y'all doing good this afternoon. You feel me? It's a little later than usual, but I have to get in here and do some cleaning up and organizing. Um, so let's see. Let's get it. As you know, it's a duality show. We kicking the bars already. Um, but to start with that, I like tending to start with the news because it kind of get me going, get me fun a little bit. I could talk about football and sports all day. Plenty of stuff to talk about in regards to that type of stuff. But I figured it'd be cool to go ahead and get it started like usual with a good amount of things that's going on in regards to the world. I just, my Instagram handle, World Wide Web. At the end of the day, I like talking about these things and kind of keep them relevant because there's a lot of interesting shit to be going on around us. And sometimes I think we pay attention, but we don't really put any wonder, care, or thought into it. And sometimes we don't really spend a lot of time talking about it with each other. We talk about a lot of other stuff that don't matter in other people's lives. And I guess this shit don't matter, but this shit don't matter just as much as the other shit don't matter. We tend to know a whole lot about the other shit. So over this past like week and a half, there was this whole thing with this spy balloon or whatever, this weather balloon, surveillance balloon that was flying over the states that I guess flew like through South America to the United States. It ended up getting blown up by a fighter jet, I think on Saturday or some shit like that. But here go the video right here. You feel me? We wasted about 500 racks on that. I don't know how much oh, that's it. It's already popped. Yeah, I don't know how much a rocket costs, but you feel me? They for sure shot that rocket at that thing and took it down. But it's like y'all ever think about how much like the shit that the government use like on bullshit like that costs for real? Like you feel me? They go ahead and shoot up that rocket and go knock that thing down, but it's like, bro, that shit costs money. That's some money that they could put into the kids or whatever type of shit. But that's pretty interesting. Okay, so let's read a little bit about it. As a balloon crashed into the sea, so did attempts to mend the United States and China relations. Oh, there's gonna make beef between us and China because it was China. You can track the trajectory of China's response to its balloon, just as the Pentagon was tracking the trajectory of the high altitude piece of equipment destined to be blown out of the sky. We're investigating. We regret that is our weather balloon blown off course. We think U.S. politicians and media are hyping this up. Everyone can stay calm. The U.S. attack on this airship is a serious violation of international practice. Now, okay, so the reason why I put this in here and the reason why I thought this was an important thing to talk about and to start with, I think, is because I definitely care about international politics. There's a lot of stuff going on. And I think Joe Biden's presidency going to be very, very interesting because just the state of American psychology, right, is playing out. American education is playing out through and after this presidency. The state of American. Oh, my Lord, I forgot that it's connected to the speaker. Psychology. Lord Jesus. And I think it's interesting because, he's been perceived as a very docile president, especially based on his age and everything he got going on, which is very right and very righteous. He got a lot of things not going on, not a lot of motion from old Sleepy Joe, as they call him. But what I think is interesting with this situation, and I think there was one other one that I can't really completely put my finger on right now. You got the conflict and the people's disagreement with the amount of funds being sent to Ukraine. I definitely 100% agree that could be put into the United States. It could be put into education, healthcare, like that amount of money that they sent over there to the Ukraine for whatever reason, which I get it and I respect it and I understand and I get why you would. That money could really be spent to do so much here in the United States. Like it helps so many people. But, they choose to do what they choose to do. But this is very interesting because I think, and when you look at it, like, I think, not that it's suspicious, because clearly it's suspicious. Like, even the way that this reads, like, it's a weather balloon. It just flew off course. Like, so we supposed to just let it just drift all the way back over there? How the weather balloon drifted this far off course, like right to the United States? That's interesting. And then again, the United States desire and feeling like they need to shoot it down speaks to whatever it is. I guess they would know essentially. But like not doing nothing, I think, and just kind of letting it rock, to me, got to be a sign of weakness. And military diplomacy and strategy and the art of war and all this stuff. Now, maybe not shooting a rocket warhead at it and shooting it down, but I think you definitely got to do something to take that shit down. Because at the end of the day, like you can't even let not a single op think that it's okay for any of that shit to drift on over your way, which is so interesting. So basically, one of the top diplomat in the United States was scheduled to go to China last week, and because of this balloon, China was trying to reassure them like, oh, it was an accident. We wasn't going for it. Once it became clear like that he wasn't going, it was the Secretary of State, and if the balloon wasn't coming back, then I guess that's when the beef started. They said then that was when the glove was off. It was a long way from where the Chinese government wanted things to be at the moment. I can understand that because again, they and us, we ain't really been seeing eye to eye since Don was president. Um, so they said that he was supposed to be there to build bridges or at least stop the ones that had been destroyed thus far. Honey, how do you be peeling the skin off of these tennis balls? Peeled it. Peeled it. That's what I'm saying. Like, what? This thing versus a baby? Not a chance. Toddler? Not a chance. The little thing got to be about 13, 14. It got to be able to stand tall enough to swing some shit. Because, again, this little thing going to take out a little kid, too. Anyway, it's going to take a nigga, too. Just peel your skin off your face. Honey, what's up with you? Why you did that? That's how you feeling today? That's how I feel today. Okay. Okay. Um. So essentially, they saying that they don't really believe. So it said, so what balloon gathering intelligence could be so good that this was worth succumbing to this pressure? See, okay, so I'm thinking like an American. You see how we think. My ass said, nah, you gotta react. You gotta do something. They like, man, nah, these niggas tripping. It ain't that big of a deal. Short answer is none. Which is why many analysts think that this may have probably been a mistake, essentially, on the Chinese side, if it is a spy balloon. And if that is the case, somebody is getting hauled over the coals for it, especially because there are now two high altitude balloons floating above Latin America, and there's been no word whether they are supposed to have blown wildly off course and it's been giving, or if they have limiting steering capacity. Okay, so basically, don't nobody know what the fuck is going on with these little things, and this is just weird. Don't you be eating that? This is crazy. What? Okay. Man, what the fuck is going on? Did y'all just see that diagram? I'm mad I closed the link. That shit just had a diagram to a balloon satellite. What in the world? Dang. Okay. I can't wait to talk a little bit about the Super Bowl. That earthquake was crazy. That nigga going hard up here. Sneeze, bless you. Can't spell. Dumbass boy. Forgive me, y'all. Yeah, no. Wait. I need to see that again. This thing. Okay. So if they fly higher than like traditional fighter pilots and shit fly, like 20,000 feet, like more 15,000 feet, 20,000. Shit, I'm high. 25,000 more feet. God damn, that can't be right. Oh, I still have the article open. I thought I closed it. What's up, honey? Okay, see, no, this is what I'm talking about. See, this is what this. Here we go. What's that say? Here we go. So it's another one over Latin America somewhere. The oh my God, the paranoid black man in me just looked so crazy. That was funny as fuck. A similar balloon was shot down. Foreign ministry spokesperson Miao Ning, not to be mistaken with Yao Ming, said the aircraft had deviated from its route, having blown off course, saying that this other balloon spotted over Latin America was intended for civilian use. China has denied accusations of spying, saying it was monitoring the weather. The incidents have led to a diplomatic row between Washington and Beijing. Okay, Beijing is where the capital is. Um, on Friday, before fighter jets brought down the balloon, oh, see, it was over the weekend. U.S. military officials said a second Chinese balloon had been spotted over Latin America. On Monday, China admitted, oh, that's today. Okay, this happened today. China admitted, or was that last Monday? The aircraft had accidentally entered Latin American and Caribbean airspace. Okay, see, y'all shit getting too close. That's what we said. We trying to tell y'all niggas. We done told y'all, seeing y'all changing up. Why that shit's over here? Before it was one reason, now it's another reason. Which one is it? Uzi Wally on mic. We need to find out though, cause they playing. China is a responsible country, and has always strictly abided by international law in order to inform and properly deal with all parties concerned without posing any threat to any country. At the weekend, Colombia's Air Force, said an object with a characteristic similar to those balloons had been detected on February 3rd in the country's airspace of about 55,000 feet. So the Colombians said they followed it till it got out their airspace. It didn't represent no imminent threat. Meanwhile, work by the U.S. Navy divers continues to recover the wreckage of the surveillance balloon that was shot down off the coast of South Carolina. Oh, okay, no, this shit was closer than the motherfucker then. They said, hell no, they blew that bitch down. Is it Joe? See, oh, they had another one in this article. I'll be back. I'm going to go get food. Okay, China got floating surveillance balloon. All right. Oh shit. It's, well, that's pretty interesting. So this story is interesting too. Um, the heirs of the family who sold a original Picasso painting to fund their escape from Nazi Germany want the artwork back, fearing that their lives fearing for their lives amid rising Jewish persecution in 1938. Carl and Rosie Adler sold a 1904 painting by Pablo Picasso to fund their short-term visas out of Nazi Germany. The painting called Woman Ironing eventually made its way into the collection of Solomon R. Guggenheim, or the Guggenheim's Museum in New York, or it made it into the Guggenheim. Okay, I'm high. Um, the heirs of Adler have now argued that the artwork was sold much below uh, its market value because of the Nazi persecution the family was subjected to, but the Guggenheim said it should not be considered a piece of Nazi confiscated art as it was not sold in Germany but to a Jewish art collector after the Adlers had already left. So indeed, I did think this was interesting for a variety of reasons. I think um, the first thing I think that's interesting is indeed that, like, to imagine as whatever people to go through that kind of thing, what types of things people would end up giving up in order to kind of like pay their way and give them an opportunity to move forward, right? In a world that's so material and so much about things, what that kind of experience would be like and what that would mean, but then also dually within that, understanding and looking at it and thinking like what values to be put on them then versus to be put on them now. I think is kind of how I look at it because you know, um, dually, I do think it's like a privilege activation. Yeah, because I think dually it is a privilege activation. Again, you plan on, oh well, this was taken away from us at this time, and we feel like again, that's what's crazy is it's like so they asked for it back. You know what I'm saying? So they saying it was so undervalued, so they wanted back to do what? To keep it or to sell it? They wanted back to sell it again, right? That's interesting because I think that's the biggest thing. I can understand seeing it and saying, all right, well, our family owned this and we want it back because we want to keep it in our family and with our family. No, you taking it back, talking about the value that it was sold under. So I feel like at the end of the day, that's making it solely and very much so about what it is you could get out of it on a financial basis. I want to see this painting. Man, they playing with me, pulling up pictures of actual women. Completed during the pivotal blue period 1901 to 1904, woman ironing La Rapace is a celebrated demonstration of the sensitivity, skill, and emotion in which Pablo Picasso depicted the working poor. The painting's melancholy surface palette of whites and blue grays invokes empathy of the hard labor intensive daily life of the subject. A life Picasso experienced himself during his first years in Paris when woman ironing was painted. At that time, Picasso was a young, unknown artist living in relative poverty. But there's more to this painting than they than a portrait of a Parisian laundress. A study of woman ironing completed in 1989 revealed an apparent portrait of a man beneath the surface of the 1904 composition. Technology limitations prevent further discovery about the underlying trait until recently, when developments in imaging techniques allow researchers to see it with greater clarity. The Guggenheim Conservation Department conducted an in-depth scholarly study of the early portrait, incorporating advanced imaging techniques as well as chemical analysis of pigments and historical research. The results obtained a better visualization of the underlying male subject and enhanced existing scholarship. What the fuck on Picasso's working methods and materials conservation treatment of the painting was a central component of the project. I want to see if it's any way they got any images. So basically, in this painting, it's a picture of a man underneath there too. That's crazy. Now this is hard. Like what? Like it's fucking national treasure or something. Oh no. No, he hard for this. Then the eyes is blacked out. You feel me? That's crazy. What? And then, like I said, it's a man underneath here. This what this say. It's a picture of a man, a portrait of a man underneath this. Is crazy. Yeah, trying to get the shirt unwrinkled. She would hate it. She would hate. She'd get me right. That's hard. This would be a hard tattoo. That's crazy. Do I think they should get the painting back? I don't know. Hell no, they should get this painting back. It's gone, player. They they should have sold some other shit. Cause that's not it. They're not getting that back. Let's see. We got a TikTok. Let's see what the TikTok says. Oh my God, bless you, honey. Nigga, what? Who? Whose song is this? Huh? That's crazy now. Look, all I'm saying is it's kind of getting out of hand with these damn samples and these remakes. Like, it's getting a little crazy. And the fact that, again, similar to the P water pour, he went in the studio and said, I need you to put the little hey song right here when I say this line. That's a little crazy. Getting out of hand. This was pretty cool. You feel me? We gonna slide. Oh wait, hold on. What is this? What is this? Okay. I was gonna talk about this too. This was pretty cool. Amanda Bynes, even though she was for sure crazy, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure Amanda Bynes was talking crazy. That yeah, they wild for that. That little snippet was wild for him. That shit was crazy, bro. Let me see. Damn. Yeah, oh, donut. Like what? What is she finna be on? I don't know about all this. Okay, that was it. She just said she just wanted some meat from Drake. That ain't really that crazy. It's probably a lot of girls that say some shit like that. No, when I'm like, no comment. When the man in line was down bad, somebody probably was up for a second. That was cool. Okay, so this was interesting, right? So recently, this dude George Santos, I don't know about this, but uh, allegedly George Santos um, ended up like he was in hot water because previously in his life, as you seen on the left, George uh, put that shit on, and there's nothing wrong with that at the end of the day. But with politics, I think it's interesting that like he ended up being in hot water, and I think he had to step down or some type of shit behind this. There's a lot of questions behind this stuff. Honey back there eating, getting her nutrition. I'm happy for her. You feel me? I thought it was interesting, and I wanted to know. Granted, it's not gonna be a lot of response at the moment, but I wanted to know what it is people kind of thought over the idea that this dude or this person end up kind of coming into hot water for at whatever time in their life. Granted, look, maybe it's kind of recent. That he said it was when he was younger that he went and he did some shit and he just had some fun. But should it be a big deal when shit like this is going on with people that is politicians or in their past? Like, I think that's a very interesting thing to look at and a very interesting kind of dialogue to have and to pay attention to as things go forward because it is a real big deal in everything that he got going on right now. It's not just like some little side shit that he's trying to deny is actually like a very, very big part of why people is kind of like after him. Now, what is crazy is this a lot of bullshit to have it on your docket saying like talking about you possibly lying about some shit. Talking about my boy is lying about his mom being in the South Tower at 9/11 and reportedly running off with money after saying his dog died. Like, first of all, they pulling all the receipts out on this boy. George Santos, they are on your head top. Like, not even playing. Apparently, he lied about graduating college. He not Catholic. This shit say the Catholic congressman once stated that he was Jewish and later backtracked his statement saying he meant he was Jewish. I'm actually like literally too high for that. Dang, he got accused by the FBI. He in an investigation with the FBI for raising $3,000 for a veteran and his dog with a tumor and never handing the money over. And like, it's some Republicans defending him because they got a slim majority in the House. That's crazy as fuck. That nigga 9. He just graduated high school. Fuck you too, Sam. We didn't want to frequent your information anyway. Okay, this was crazy. So this thing says right here that prisoners will be asked to exchange their organs for reduced sentence time in the new bill. Um, Prisoners in Massachusetts may soon have the option to get their sentences reduced, excuse me, in exchange for donating their organs or bone marrow if a proposed law is passed by the state. A new bill with the aim of establishing an organ donation program. So they trying to start organ trafficking through the prison system, talking about, yeah, you give your kidney, we'll cut off 3 years off your sentence. Nigga got 50 years. Yeah, nigga, they gonna take your arm. You gonna have no organs on the street. That is fucking crazy. Like, think about that. They saying, yeah, y'all wasting y'all organs in here. Niggas just dying in here and all this other stuff, getting stabbed to death. We getting them out of cadavers and stuff like that. They said, man, but what you really can do is donate this shit and we'll cut some time off. Lord Jesus. Within, if it passes into law, then the program shall allow eligible incarcerated individuals to gain no less than 60 and not more than 365 days. So nothing less than 2 months, nothing more than a year reduction in length off of their committed sentences, along with the new program. A committee would be established composed of 5 members responsible for overseeing the scheme. The scheme. And that's exactly what that shit is. The fucking scheme. Boy, what? So you mean to tell me I could actually give up, like I said, a kidney. I could give up a kidney. And I got 10 years for I didn't kill nobody. Like, I just robbed somebody with a gun. Or, like, I just was in the car with a gun and some weed or whatever type shit. And you mean to tell me I can give up a kidney and y'all gonna give me only a year off? Boy, what world do we actually live in? What in the world are we talking about right now? That is crazy. The committee would also decide on eligibility standards for incarcerated individuals interested in the program and the amount of bone marrow and organs donated to earn one's sentence to be commuted. You gotta be finna die after. They say we don't want you out of here unless you finna die. This is crazy. Currently, the U.S. Federal Bureau of Prisons allows organ donations by inmates only if the recipient is a member of the inmate's immediate family, but many state prisons, including Massachusetts, have no pathway to organ or bone marrow donation. Because anybody trying to do that? No state allows organ donation from executed prisoners, OC, even if they are a registered organ donor. It's 104,000 people waiting on organ donor list. $58,000 of them are the active list. What? This shit says it will restore bodily autonomy to incarcerated folks by providing the opportunity to donate organs or bone marrow and recognize incarcerated donors' decisions by offering reduced sentences. Man, what? These people are freaking crazy. She's starting to get after Elon Musk. She said Elon Musk is no longer one of the richest people in the world, having hemorrhaged away his fortune trying to make Twitter profitable. Damn. Okay. Say fuck him then. Okay, this was crazy too. This shit says that a YouTuber, used a fake pre-recorded live stream as an alibi for killing a pregnant lady, which is so unfortunate for the lady. My boy staged a fake live stream playing Grand Theft Auto Vice City, which he used as an alibi for murdering a woman. Stephen McCullum, accused of setting up a phony live stream to give authorities his whereabouts during the killing of Natalie McNally, who was 15 weeks pregnant at the time of her murder last month. Dang. He appeared in court in Lisbon, Northern Ireland, where his request to be released and for bail was denied. No shit. Uh, the court court heard that McCullough ran a live stream upwards of 6 hours on the same night. McNally was stabbed to death in her home. A technical analysis poked numerous holes in McCullough's alibi by determining the live stream footage was in fact pre-recorded. Dang. During the streaming question, McCullough insisted the video was live, however, could not reply to the live chat because of a technical glitch. He eventually admitted to authorities that the live stream was not recorded on the night of McNally's death, but was instead filmed about 4 days before the killing. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Murder suspect concocted sophisticated calculated plot. That's kind of crazy. This fool tried to James Bond the police. This nigga killed this lady and then left his phone in her apartment to try and record the police to come back and get the phone to find out if they suspected him or not. That is crazy. That is indeed a little. That's wacky. Like, I guess just the first thing it just made me. I mean, I don't know. I guess that was his baby mama. It don't even say what relation they have to each other, which is the most interesting thing about that whole thing, right? Y'all notice that? People living near the site of a derailed train in northeastern Ohio have been ordered to evacuate as officials are prepared to a controlled release. Y'all know what that means. What's that movie? Army of Dead is zombies in Ohio, but Ohio people can handle it. Straight up, they gonna whoop the shit out them zombies, and we gonna be alright. Mark DeWine said the release of the vinyl chloride would happen at some point in the day. As an effort to reduce the risk of a potentially deadly explosion, and evacuation is ordered in place for anyone who's within a 1 mile radius of East Palestine, Ohio. The train was derailed on Friday carrying hazardous materials. Derailed sparked a large fire, which is still burning. Oh, wow. There's a high probability of toxic gas release, the local sheriff also warned. Dang, so this been just burning for the last few days, at least when I pulled this article up. DeWine said a drastic temperature change has taken place in the rail car, and there's now potential catastrophe in the tanker. Oh, shit. They had people in the shelter in place for a few days. Damn, 20 cars carrying hazardous material. 10 of them were derailed about 15 miles south of Youngstown, Ohio. 5 other derailed cars were carrying chemical vinyl chloride, a type of gas. Oh, Lord. Exposure to vinyl chloride has been associated with heightened risk of certain forms of cancer. Oh, my God, by the state environmental officials. Said harmful levels had not been detected. Man. It's going to take up to 6 weeks to find out why that train went off the track. It'll take 2 weeks for that shit to get around the people with cancer. It was a crazy, really bad earthquake in Turkey over the weekend. So a lot of people in danger. A lot of people trapped in buildings and different stuff like that. Yeah, it's sad. Gotta pray for them people. This shit say that it's playing the video, but I don't see shit. Oh, here we go. Oh, oh my god. Oh. Dang, this is what the rubber look like right there in Turkey. And this happened like in the early morning or the late night. Dang. That's crazy. And you can't really like do nothing too crazy. You can't really go in there like that because you really lock down the whole building and shit like that. Oof, my head's starting to hurt. Viola Davis won an EGOT, and I think that's hard that she won an EGOT because she really one of the best actresses I ever seen. She really be doing a lot of shit and she be doing her damn thing. She won the best audiobook at the Grammys. Oh, so she won a Grammy. She said, I wrote this book to honor 6-year-old Viola. To honor her life, her joy, her trauma, everything. The star won Best Supporting Actress Oscar, the Best Supporting Actress Oscar in 2016 for Fences. Her Emmy Award recognition for the TV drama How to Get Away with Murder. She's also got 2 Tony Awards for her work in theater. She's featured as actress in playing King and Hedley and Fences in 2016. That's cool. So they brought her back in 2016, 6 years later. I just got the EGOT, and now she's a star on stage at the Grammys. Becoming visibly emotional, she thanked her family for being there. The best chapter in my book. Come on. John Legend, Jennifer Hudson. That's crazy. No, she's definitely one of the best of her time. And she done did so much already in a short amount of time. Since we speaking on the Grammys and speaking on music, um, this was crazy to me. I thought it was crazy. I think I talked about this last week. If I didn't talk about this last week, I'm gonna talk about it again today. I'm gonna talk about it today. I think it's just crazy that Complex could even fix their mouth to do this. Because I think realistically, like if it's gonna be anybody, it gotta be Vince Staples, bro. He dropped 2 albums in 1 year. 21 Savage just did an album with Drake. That's it. Like it's not even valid. Or maybe a guy like Lil Baby or something like that. But just go ahead and throw it to 21 Savage just cause they like him. That's crazy. That's what I'm saying. Complex is so non-valid. Like that shit is ridiculous. Um, okay, this was cool. HBCUs have been something that's been a topic too lately for me, talking about their sports programs and different things like that, and how those reflect on the schools. But also, what this is pretty dope is seeing that E40 donated 100,000 to Grambling State University's music department. 40, Mr. 45's a rally. Okay, come on. What is that? Can I get this thing on my screen? Oh, okay. Bay Area legend E40 recently granted a hefty donation to his alma mater because he did go there for a second, didn't he? News came on Friday as 40 dropped by the institution, which he attended back in the day, to join the annual Press Says event. While visiting campus, E40 presented the institution with a check for $100,000 to tell me when to go rapper. Dang, come on, man. He got way more to sprinkle me. The rapper was joined by his wife as well as the GSU president. That's all. Dang, how many times I have to push play? Okay, we ain't got no video. Oh, Missy just recently donated 20,000 to Norfolk State. Okay, Charlemagne the God provided a $250,000 donation to South Carolina State where he's from. That's beautiful. Jay Z said the Beyonce's Renaissance deserved to win Album of the Year. I don't give a fuck how much clout Jay Z got. That's not true. It has inspired the world. Man, relax, bro. You know, I'm sorry, and it's okay that that didn't happen. And you might possibly want that, but we're not going for all that nonsense. And then he said it on title. Anyway, I get it, Jay Z. I hear you. It's pretty rich people that was listening to that shit. And it was good. And you want to take my soul. Russell Westbrook was dancing to it. That's why he's saying he said Russell Westbrook was dancing to that. That's good. Okay, so the the Senate Judiciary Committee is watching Ticketmaster because allegedly they have a monopoly over the tickets because they got to deal with Live Nation. But this is dumb. I don't get it. Okay, I pulled up some bullshit articles this morning. No bad. I'm gonna be better tomorrow. I was cleaning up and organizing my closet. Okay, this was cool. I held this since last week. Nike is reportedly suing Bape for their iconic sneaker after all of these years. Nike is reportedly suing Bape for allegedly copying the designs of its most iconic sneakers, according to Reuters. The lawsuit was filed in Manhattan federal court on Wednesday of last week. The week before last, excuse me. The lawsuit revolves around copying Nike's iconic designs. According to the outlet, Nike's lawsuit revolves around Bape, also known as Bathing Ape, copying Nike's design. States that Nike owns some of the world's most valuable trademarks and design and trade dress designs for the iconic Air Force One, Air Jordan One, Dunk sneakers have been compromised by the sale of Bapesta Mid, Skatesta, Courtsta High, Courtsta. Damn, they all of them. Okay, they saying yeah, y'all copied our shit bar for bar. Okay, damn. Oh wow, so the lawsuit was prompted by Bape increasing the amount of shoes that they started to sell in 2021. So Nike said y'all is over, y'all kicking y'all coverage, bro. And there was an investment in Bape recently that Nike I guess didn't like. Basically, Nike said now y'all starting to cut into our shoe sales. Niggas is not buying Air Force Ones. They buy a Bape. We not going for that shit. That's interesting. Okay, so that's the news for the day. Let's take about a 2 minute break real quick. Smoke break. Nigga said the Skasta, the Bapesta, the Apes. Nigga said anything look like a Nike shoe, nigga, get it out of there. I like it. See, my bread. Oh Lord. I want to know how it feels to be loved. To be loved. No, I want to hear this one. No, I don't know what I've been told. Hey, 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 it's Monday. Nah, what's up, honey? What's up, honey? What's up, honey? All right, I just had to make a quick adjustment and a quick move. Actually, I still have to turn this off for a brief second, so I might just throw this thing up there. Yeah, I'm gonna just leave that thing off for a second. I should just left the music playing. Realistically, no, I needed to do that because I was in the middle of doing something. I'm tripping. And we're gonna throw up some little jet, little jet. There we go. That's crazy what the Chinese people got going on. They over here spying on us, trying to see what we doing over here. Nothing, doing motherfucking TikToks. Y'all see what's going on. If they want to know what's going on in America, then you tell the niggas in China to tune in. Come on, ain't that the truth, y'all? We know it. We know it. Y'all or you, whoever. Ain't that true, guys? Already too. Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. 7 views. Longest. Now this hard. This is like a commercial break. I fuck with this actually. Here we go. This is the first hour break. Ooh. I know what I'll do. Throwing up a lot of gas on me though. Especially because it's like, dang, like I wonder how long it take you to spot like a balloon like that, right? Like how long it take for something like that to even come onto radar and like to become recognized, or for somebody to be like, hey, like, so what the fuck is actually going on with this? Okay, I need to adjust my Twitch. They're trying to get us shut down. It's a smoke break, but I can't say it's a smoke break. Ha ha ha.
Change to my nice sandwich.
Okay. Sorry about that, my peoples. Mm-hmm. face leaving. So, now we finna talk some sports just a little bit, and I'm finna get up out of here. Oh, I closed the first one. The first one was sad because it done came down. It all falls down like the Kanye West song. And that boy, Kyrie Irving, indeed got traded. But when he finally did get traded, guys, out of spite, they traded Kyrie Irving to the Dallas Mavericks to go be with Luka Doncic. The trade kind of don't even fit. But the Mavericks did end up getting a player back that they already had, which was Spencer Dinwiddie, which was somebody to fit with KD in a similar kind of role and ability, like how Kyrie Irving plays. Again, a little less flamboyant, a little less bullshit gonna be going on when it comes to what's gonna come with him. But very interesting trade, very interesting situation. You kind of knew Kyrie was gonna get traded or not be in there when the season was getting ready to start. When you look at everything that went on with him trying to get his contract and stuff like that, he had to be traded before the season started. By the time the season started, they kind of worked it around and he gave it a chance and he ended up staying there. But I don't really think that was a good situation for him. There's a lot of interesting things that I'll probably talk about tomorrow as far as what's going on with the Nets owner. Realistically, today was kind of like a fast morning, so I didn't really get to get set up and put myself in order and on point, kind of like how I want. But we still trying to be routine and still trying to make sure we get on here and be consistent. Tomorrow I think will be a much better day. Baby bear see something she don't like. Let's see. I like today. I like my camera. I got all my my screen set up and everything. That was cool. Break had to take a little break. I ain't gonna cap to you, but I do kind of like today's vibe a little bit. Tomorrow, hopefully, I think I'm gonna be able to get started early and be prepared and ready better. I wonder if she. The mailman just came. Today's show is just a blow it episode. We tried as best we could. Funky stinky. I'm gonna keep going because we're gonna be consistent. Damn. Ugh. And Honey outside digging. Um, it'll be interesting to see how that whole situation turns out with Kyrie Irving there because I don't know if I necessarily believe in that working out, but um, I think within it, he'll be going into free agency next year. Clearly, he's not going to sign with the Mavericks. I don't think he's averaging 30 points this year. Oh, excuse me, he's 30 years old, averaging 27 and 5 this year, which is pretty good. Pairing him with Luka Doncic gives him two really elite scorers and ball handlers, but two ball dominant guys. Jason Kidd is really talented. Um, and Jason Kidd apparently wanted to bring Kyrie Irving in. Okay, so he got some belief in what he could do with Kyrie. He could only get a 2-year, $80 million extension. Joe Tsai didn't want him to go to the Lakers because he didn't want Kyrie to get what he wanted because it was personal. So Brandon Ayuk said if he was a betting man, he'd bet everything he had on the Eagles losing the Super Bowl to the 49ers because he believed the 49ers is a better team and all the, or excuse me, not to the 49ers, to the Chiefs because he believed the Chiefs is a better team and they got more talent and all of these other things. I don't know fully about the defense, Ayuk said. They talk about being a good defense. I'm not sure. I think the pass game that this Kansas City Chiefs has, passing game, excuse me, the Kansas City Chiefs has, will expose what we're going to be able to expose before some unfortunate circumstances. Now, if they don't call it unfortunate circumstances, I look at it and I say they went out and deboed y'all and y'all couldn't stop us on Reddick and they were stopping y'all. But this is one of the things with the 49ers team is they tend to just not believe that they beatable.